Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day of the video, Darren. How's it going today? Today, it's Thursday, and today we're in early again. My miles to the gallon is doing great, doing 46.5 miles to the gallon now, which is awesome. Means cheaper petrol, and what have you. I get probably a bit obsessive about trying to get that as low as possible, to be honest with you. As high as possible. So, yeah, but it looked like, since I've driven here, we filled up the tank the weekend before I started working here, and I'm on half a tank at the moment. It's hard to tell because it's not a dial, it's like a digital readout. But I'm on half a tank, so I'm doing well. To say like I'm halfway through my over halfway through my third week and I'm on half a tank, should in theory mean I can go 5 weeks before filling up, which means I'm spending just under, closer to £45 a month than £50 a month. Saving every penny. What's on today's agenda, ladies and gentlemen? I am working out JSF, trying to get my program working because I kind of broke it a bit yesterday. Tried to roll it back and balked it, which isn't good. So, doing that. Today I am working on my own time. I'm finishing off the argument builder, which should be easy because half of it's already developed in different components now because I've split half of them out. And then this evening I will move on to like the argument controller, which is good. Otherwise as well, I'm trying out a new project planning app, which is called, because I've tried things like Trello before, but they're a bit too simplistic for what I need. It's called Asana. So it's that little bad boy there. So I'm going to look into setting that up and configuring that, and I'm going to start configuring things like Slack as well. In my spare time. Hey, what spare time, Debbie? Lol. Anyway, it's time to go to work, lol. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's been a long day. My video is now uploading, and it's the evening time. It's Thursday. What's been going on today? Today, so far, at work, I've managed to get my JSF stuff running. I got the tutorial running, which was a pain, and someone had to sit by my desk and figure out like configs and deployment stuff, which was all going a bit haywire and wasn't working. And then I was breaking things trying to get it to work over here when actually this thing over here was the thing that was breaking it and I didn't notice or know. And then I was starting to look at trying to get some other stuff running. So we've got to like hook into some of the things we've built in previous tutorials and then like display a web page that gives you functionality and stuff. And it's all in this JSF stuff, which, I mean, I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty confident that this JSF thing was made probably in the 80s and people stopped using it in the 90s because it's ancient and you can tell. You can tell by some of like the tags in it are clearly things that they used because HTML wasn't good enough. So they're like custom tags built on top of HTML, which now HTML has their own tags. Pretty confident that those tags will be probably better. But it's like, it's a weird MVC style thing that lets you do things that are just, it seems really backwards. Like, I don't really get it. It pretends to be an MVC, but then directly references the services. There doesn't seem to be a controller, that's the thing. It's just an MV. Or CV. Like, part of me really wants to get into web development and things like that, but it's such a daunting thing. There's so much technology and it's so fast that you do one thing in web and then within half a year it's out of date and everyone's moved on to something else. Like that, my battery died. That is why I've just teleported rooms. That meetup thing I went to was like really eye-opening about how like all of the cool stuff you could do and things that I wouldn't even consider, like things that I just flat out don't know about, and I really want to know about it, but I'm conscious of the fact that the technologies that this company use are ancient, like ancient. Like there is web stuff and it's not even the web stuff, like it's not really MVC, like I'm conscious of that, and it's like I don't know what, because these are the tutorials, I'm not sure of how the actual system works yet. I just genuinely don't know. I've never seen it. I've like casually seen like a folder of it on someone's computer once. I was like, ooh. But like, I haven't been able to have a look at it yet because I'm going through all of this stuff that's going to get me to the point. And I know that I'm like relatively halfway through the tutorials, but I mean, I don't know, I was expecting more modern from such a modern seeming company. I don't know, it's weird. And it's, what annoys me is, it doesn't, well, what irritates me is I have lots of things I need to do in my life. I'm so fucking busy all of the time, non-stop busyness, left, right and centre. And I just, like, I don't have time to go over like things like Angular and all of this crap. In my own time, I just flat out don't have time. And it's really irritating. And /or, when you like, words? When you're working on your own time, that you need like the idea, the inspiration to do it. Whereas when you're in a company and they're like, hey, do this, you're like, they've given you bit. You're one step ahead because they're telling you what to do with it. But yeah, it's like, I keep doing it the past couple of days. I think it's because I keep hitting ruts in the tutorials, to be honest. I keep hitting walls, so I'm having reason to think about how bad it is. Like, I keep thinking back to how much nicer ASP is. I'm like, oh, the .NET framework, man. Oh my god. And the .NET framework isn't even fucking new. It's modern styled, but it's not like super swaggy and fancy. It's, goddamn. But yeah, so it's been fun. It's been interesting. But I'm hoping that there's like more modern stuff. And I'm hoping that when I jump off onto the like thingy work, that there's gonna be like things to push through. Because what I can tell is weird because the people I'm around are people that are like me but a bit further ahead. So they're like not fully out in the real world yet. They seem to just be doing like bug fixes and like performance tweaking. And I think they do that on purpose before they like put you into a proper sprint team. It's weird, they've got like a plan, but I don't know what the plan is. Like, I think I'm in training for like legitimately 6 months. And I don't know how that structure works. But I want to be able to get my teeth stuck into a problem and solve it. That's what I want. I'm like, I look forward to being able to do that, and like this is my own stuff is the closest I'm getting to that like drive. So that's the thing that drives me when I'm doing programming and stuff, is like solving new problems, and getting frustrated at setup things is not. And like I'm sat there and I'm just like, oh, I'm so like I'm bored. I'm looking out the window. I'm like, fuck me, I'm so sick of these fucking tutorials, man, and I've got so many more months of them. But that's life. So I genuinely apologise as well for like your sake that work is really fucking boring. Like, no, yeah, it is boring. It's really boring. I'm doing the same stuff every day. I have very little to tell you. I have very little to tell Laura, and there are things that I can tell Laura that I can't tell you. So it's difficult for me to keep talking about things at work because everything is just a boring tutorial, and I feel the more I have to look at it and like retrospectively talk about it to you, the more I think about how much better it is, how much greener the grass is in the newer technologies, or even in .NET, which is my baby. Either way, waiting for Laura to get back. We're going for a walk this evening. It looks warm outside. And yeah, that's about all really. Lol. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to Silly O'Clock. And I'm about to head off to bed. What's been going on? Laura came home and we made dinner, which was a curry, and it was nice. We didn't make it from scratch, we heated it up. It was a frozen one. I also had a Peshwari naan from Sainsbury's. I've tried Peshwari naan by accident at a restaurant because someone else ordered one and they gave them out wrong. I ordered a plain naan and they gave me a Peshwari naan, and it was weird because we ordered something like a plain naan, two plain naans and a Peshwari naan, or a garlic naan, a Peshwari naan, and a plain naan. We brought out the garlic naan, gave it to Thingy. They then brought out a Peshwari naan, said it was a plain naan, so I took it, and then they brought out a that meaty one. I forgot what it's called. So that person then didn't get a naan and they had to go back and make a new one, and it was a mess. But I was like really confused as to why this naan was so nice. And I've like ever since, and I say ever since, I've been to one other Indian since, I now order Peshwari naans, they're delicious. However, Sainsbury's ones aren't. Like twice the price as plain or garlic and coriander, and nowhere near it. Like, to be honest, probably tastes worse. So it's just like eating a scone. Scone? I don't know why I said that, it's clearly scone. Christ, have I become that southern? Oh god, I can't believe I just said that. I'm generally, that's mad. Anyway, after that, we did like, just watching some YouTube videos and stuff, and I've been organising the problem with this program is, I don't know what, is it Asana? I don't know, I've forgotten what it's called. Organising the projects in Asana, because I've got like a lot of projects I need to run. The problem with this kind of thing is like the initial time you populate it. By the time I've populated it and stuff, which I'm going to be doing over time, I'm going to be happy, okay, hopefully. It's one of them things where things that aren't programming tasks will go in there. So things like designing logos, to doing X, doing Y. More like project style stuff. Any development things are going to go in TFS where it belongs, except at the moment my translate sections of the code isn't in TFS because I don't think it fits particularly well in TFS. It's more of like a new feature thing, I think, TFS. So that's good. Otherwise, we then went out for a walk. Laura's still hurt her leg, so we're just like walking, and hopefully she can get back on top before the half marathon. Walked into the bloody wall there, like an absolute pleb. And then we came back. We chilled out, watched the news and stuff, and then headed on. Oh no, what did you read there? I headed on off to bed, and I stayed up to do some programming. I wasn't particularly in the mood to do programming, but I needed to do some. So I've now finished off. As you type into the command line, it translates that into arguments, which it can then understand. What I now need to do is convert those arguments into something that's understood by the rest of the system, because there's a level of difference between them. There's like a buffer period. So you obviously talk to the command line with strings. Those strings then get translated into something that that thing can understand, and then that thing then produces stuff that the rest of the program can understand. There's like a buffer, so it goes from strings to a buffer state, and then it goes to the thing that's actually required. That way I've got like this level of distance, this level of abstraction away from the data types that I want. So when I produce a web front end for this project, the text that you type in on the front page can just go through a load of mappers and then produce this thing. So I finished that. I was then looking into how to move on next. I briefly investigated continuous integration stuff because I want to set up Slack to start giving me information about this kind of thing on the side. But there's still issues getting XUnit running on the build server, and there's issues in general, really. I'm like, it seems like a load of people in open source world are trying to solve it, so I'm going to leave them to it. I briefly did that, and then I was looking into / investigating how I was going to move on, because now I actually have to like redesign a little bit because I've changed the way I'm doing my help arguments. So I'm just trying to figure out the best possible way of moving forward, and then I'm going to start moving forward tomorrow. Otherwise it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to head off to bed. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fun. What day it is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen? It's Friday. Hooray! Everyone loves a good Friday, and yeah, we're going to be doing more of the same, lots of productivity stuff. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'll catch you later.